I'm CT. When I'm not hosting podcasts, I live in the real world. I mean, everybody has to work, right? Well, my job is CS, customer service, solutions, relationships, and generating motivation to keep my team pumped up and totally connected to every guest who has chosen to step inside our store. And oh, what a journey we go through. This is C.T.C.S, episode number 72, Big Game Weekend, Valentine's Day Prep, and Fake Receipts.
And here we are. It's about time to walk into the store. CS. Thursday. This parking lot is flooded. That means the older generation is there. They're here to score a big 5% off. More importantly, you're going to give it to them. Why? Hey, anybody who has made it that far deserves to have more respect. They need to have 10 or 15% off. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? And I think also that this senior day should be maybe a senior couple of days. Make it a Thursday. Make it a Sunday. You know, they deserve it. Or is that just the CS dude coming out in me? We welcome our manager back to work today. He's been out for a couple of weeks because he had a baby girl, or his wife did. And so I said, how are you doing? I'm tired. I said, I bet you are. I mean, because he's back to a normal lifestyle where he's closing at 11 o'clock, getting home 45 minutes later, and the baby's crying by 12:05. So, whoo. I don't think people realize that you and I don't forget them. When they do something that we know was wrong, we instantly take a snapshot of them. Have to. And so the couple of episodes ago, at C.T.C.S, we had the two teens having sex in the bathroom, and they returned, or she did.
She returned with a different boy, and they walked by the registers, and what grabbed my attention was she grabbed 5 small containers of Nutella, it's breadsticks. And I watched her. She didn't really try to hide it. She put them under the sweater that was in her hand. She had balled up her hoodie and was carrying it around. And so I proceeded to kind of follow them to the store, but I kept a good distance. And I watched her grab a big container of muffins, and then they circled around the whole store. And she was trying to put the muffins under her sweater, but it was way too obvious. She had a lot of stuff. Yeah. So they got to the restroom, and I stood in the hallway where they could see me, and she had an oh shit moment.
We just got word that our break room smells pretty heavy when it comes to a pot smell. And we're trying to figure out if somebody went back there to smell a smoke pot or if somebody's got some pot in their locker. But it definitely reeks with the scent of pot. And all you can say is you hope they don't get caught, because this store is very much against drug use. And they'll do those last-minute checks, and then you'll go through that test. You fail, you're gone. No questions asked. I love it when we have specialty weekends. This is going to be a Super Bowl weekend, so everything is all decked out with the Eagles, the Chiefs. They have tiny footballs. There are balloons all over the store. It's like, people go to the grocery store, and we are the party. So what's this one say? Let's go Chiefs. I love it. I love it with all these decorations. Let's talk about this tofu. Okay, the date is February 9th today. And he brings in tofu that he claims he just recently purchased, and that it's outdated in November. How is that physically possible?
I don't think it is, and he doesn't remember which location he bought it at, and so that just tells me he was going through his refrigerator, saw it was expiring, and now sees an opportunity to exchange it out for something fresher.
So does that mean that if we stop doing that, if we stop taking back things like that, is that a disconnection from the community?
I think the people that abuse our policies will have to disconnect. I think the regular shopper, that won't affect, because something goes bad in my refrigerator, I throw it out, and I chalk it up to, you know what, I should have used it, I should have paid more attention.
That's like when we went camping over the weekend. The day after we bought the shrimp, it smelled like crap. And I thought, I'm going to take it back. And then I thought, no, you're not. You know what this stuff is when you pick it up.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's not like that, unfortunately. And there's always somebody that's going to exploit the rules. And we see a lot of that, unfortunately.
I'm in that warehouse. The fresh flowers have arrived. So, all roses, or what is it?
You can go in my cooler. My only issue is I have to move the bale out of the way right this second. So,
okay.
If you don't mind, then while you're doing that, I can be pulling the bale out of the way.
This is what people don't see. They don't get to see this when the flowers arrive on the floor.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, I'm going to get the bale out of the way while he's doing that.
Wow. So Valentine's Day was coming up on Tuesday, and so all the fresh flowers have arrived. And, I mean, this whole warehouse is just full of a beautiful smell. Being it's the Thursday evening before the Super Bowl, team colors are starting to show up inside the store. Oh, they're buying everything. I mean, they're buying the balloons, they're buying the cookies, everything like that. And they're also starting to sport those team colors. And what I'm seeing a lot of, I thought we had some Eagles fans in this town. I'm seeing a lot of KC right now, and I'm going to keep you up to date on this because it's got to change somewhere, because this is an Eagles fan city. We're the Carolina Panthers, but we got some strong Eagles fans. Tell me the process of what just happened here with that DiGiorno's pizza.
DiGiorno's advertised at $4.77.
Right.
They're not ringing up that way because the customer has to be subscribed to our online
Special club.
Yes, and so people were, and it wasn't coming off. And I don't know how much we've done in refunds in the last 30 minutes. Probably close to like $50 to $100. So I got on the phone. I called him, the gentleman on support. I have to ring up one that doesn't work. Then he has to take it, redo it. And then finally, after an hour, he's got it working now. After $100 in refund.
Yeah, and finally peaks for Super Bowl weekend.
And you know what it was? Promotions. All they had to do was click a button. Wow. That's it. God knows how many other stores that happen there.
About to hit the forest floor here in a couple minutes. I'm still in the studio with the podcasting. There won't be any CS today. The reason why is because we're live on stage tonight. We have a performance. And, you got to mentally get prepared for that. So the podcasting is done, and you move through that transition. Jazzy and I are going to go through the forest. We're going to listen. There's been a couple of owls and hawks out there, so I'm anxious to find out how close we can get to them and kind of listen to what their message is going to be today. I know, a little bit spiritual, but hell, that's who I am. But we'll get back to CS tomorrow. Transition walk, day number 2. Should be day number 3, but we had a great performance last night. Oh my God. I just like being in front of people. I love being on a stage, whether you're at CS, entertaining people, finding solutions, whatever, or playing music that gets people to bounce around like they're wild monkeys. It's just fun. It's all a stage to me. Everything that I do is a stage. It's a chapter. Hey, earlier today when we were out here in the forest, I came by a tree that I swear was speaking to me. I want to get back over here by this tree as we get into this transition walk and see if it's going to make some noises. Doesn't sound like it. But it was very odd. I mean, I've been doing research all morning about that. Little shit like this is what gets me. When a tree is squeaking and making noises, and it's just very, you should look it up. Look it up. I mean, it's amazing how trees really do communicate to their human friend. I'm at the store. Very, very windy day. The mountains are expected to get 11 inches of snow here starting at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to get a bunch of rain. This is Super Bowl Sunday weekend, man. We're 24 hours away from that big game between the Eagles and Kansas City. And even bigger, Valentine's Day is Tuesday, so there's a lot going on inside this grocery store. And how do I know that? Because I had to park outside our normal parking spots in order to walk forever to get inside this building. So, all right, welcome to day number 2. Right before Thanksgiving every year on C.T.C.S, I've always said that it's going to get really super crowded for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for New Year. And what we're doing is we're basically getting in our practice. We're getting ready for Super Bowl Sunday. And seeing this crowd in here 24 hours before the game, oh yeah, we needed every one of those holidays before this to be prepared for this huge mother effing crowd. We've talked about this before. We have one cart left, one electronic cart left for the handicap. And teenagers are in here using it. And you look at them and you go, are you in need of that? Well, I don't want to walk around the store. It's too big. And you just kind of look at them and they don't realize there's only one electronic cart. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Absolutely by far one of the biggest sales of the year. And just people are pummeling us up at CS. You don't have. Are you going to get any more? You don't have. You're out of this. It's Super Bowl Sunday. That's why people have been here since Tuesday and Wednesday collecting everything. Tomorrow's the day. You don't have. I don't know why I came to this store. We have a fire station near the store, and when they come in to shop, you should see how crazy the kids get. Oh, because those firemen here, or the firefighters, they will take the time to show these kids the engine. They open up the doors. Man, their eyes are like a morning sunrise. Everybody talks about Southerners having a Southern drawl. They talk real slow. That is so not true these days. It's not. I don't know if it's because there's so many people from the North and from California and stuff, but they'll come in here and they'll say, power play, 2 draws, 5 on a card, 5 panels. And they say it so quickly that you have to sit there and you go, okay, you're going to have to tell me that one more time. And you have to go 2 or 3 times with them to make sure that you get it, because it's a $30 ticket. And if a mistake is made, well, guess who has to buy that ticket? Me. So I will sit there and go, all right, power play, 2 draws, 5 panels. And I make them say it over again. And then they put another twist into it and they go, and by the way, I need a single mega player. And I'm going, whoa, that is not even your normal habit, dude. So now you're going to try something new. We just broke up a theft here, and the theft was based on someone who stole merchandise from a different store, and the receipt that they have from that store is a copy. And right away, we just knew it didn't feel right, the receipt. It's like a $100 bill. You know what a $100 bill feels like. And so, but I mean, it looked really good, this receipt. But the more and more you looked at it, the more you realized, wait a second, this is a photocopy. And so what happened is that he probably stole a roll of receipt paper, and then on a copy machine, then he went ahead and changed things around. But there's no way that was a real receipt. We know what they look like, and we know what they feel like. A couple of episodes ago on C.T.C.S, we talked about the missing electronic cart. They found it. 2 weeks later, they found it. It was in the back of the building, all the way down at the other end of the mall, and it was trapped on pretty much a curb. And so, but it sat there for 2 weeks, and nobody that walks by it said anything about it. At least tell someone. Transition walk, day number 3. Oh my God, it's cold. 39 degrees in this forest. Raining. They've got snow going on up in the mountains, so it's definitely a winter's day out here. I'm going into CS today, carrying a lot of weight, a lot of ugly weight. A couple of reasons why. A co-worker made it a point to show his face yesterday, and meaning that I guess maybe some people have not trained him that you keep your emotions close to your chest. Don't let people know that you're going through a depression. I realize we're supposed to speak openly about stuff like that, but you know what? You do that with somebody, an elder or a manager, and you say, look, I'm having a tough time today. You don't do that with a guest. And so this guest called our manager and was pretty upset about it. And the other thing was a man that we truly try to trust, truly try to trust. Comes every day he says, I'm changing. I promise you I'm changing. But he keeps stealing. And he steals. Last night, right in front of me, he took a box of Bounce, the softener and things to make your clothes smell good in the dryer, put it under his coat in front of me, and left. So today, I have to make sure that he never enters the store again. That's a lot of weight. It's a lot of weight. All right, here we go. We're in the parking lot of a very, very crowded store. It's crowded because, baby, it's Super Bowl Sunday, and people are getting their beer. We shattered our perception yesterday. We only wanted to make 119,000, which on a Saturday was like, really? Do you think we're going to do that? It was well over 145,000 yesterday by the time that I left. So I'd like to see what the goal is. I'll keep you posted on that. But here we go. I'm expecting a lot of mood swings, a lot. Trying to capture the spirit and the energy of an overly crowded grocery store on Super Bowl Sunday. How? This is like trying to take a picture of a full moon by the Grand Tetons in Wyoming. I mean, there's just so much going on in one place at one time, and the energy and the spirit. There's just so much power here. Super Bowl Sunday, what's going on here is that we have a very full store. Our projected goal today is 171,000, which I have never seen a number like that. It's so crowded that we've got 3 people working self-checkout. Every single lane is full. We're 4 deep. And you know what? I walk around and I say, smile to each one of our people on the registers. Smile. Just smile. It'll be over with before you know it, but right now, it only seems painful. Just smile. There's a couple of ways you can look at this. We're seeing a lot more Eagles jerseys than we are Kansas City jerseys, and that could be a very strong fan base, or it could be that Kansas City fans got the shopping done. Wednesday, Thursday, the procrastinators are the Eagles. Ooh. What would you do? Are you shopping now on Super Bowl Sunday? Because it's crowded. We just received word, aisle number 1 is where we're headed right now, that a middle-aged woman has passed out. We've got a ambulance on the way. We've got to figure out what happened here, if it's intoxication or if it's a medication problem. All right, here's an update. The Super Bowl party has started early. She's very, very intoxicated. We have her sitting down in aisle number 1 on a chair, giving her water, and she's looking for her cart. We are scanning the store for the cart because the cart has her smartphone. But right now, the best thing for her to do is to sit down in the chair, and we've got 2 managers around her. We've now called the police, and we've taken her keys away because we don't want her to drive. And she's in the store right now, walking around. The police are definitely on their way, and we don't think it's alcohol. I think they just don't want you to drive.
I'm not driving.
How are your grandkids? How are the kids? Here, I haven't seen them in a couple of weeks. Here's how the situation has escalated. She walked the mall area to find somebody that'll drive her home, somebody that she doesn't know, and so she wants her keys. We're just waiting for the police to come now, but she can't just go and find somebody to drive her home, because she could let him off in about a block, and then she's back on that road drunk again or intoxicated with drugs. 7:35 p.m., Super Bowl Sunday. Whew, my God. You go into this knowing that it's going to be a crowded day. You go into this knowing that you're going to be tested and people are going to do things that you're not used to. But you keep it together. So at 7:35, the Super Bowl is on right now, and it looks like the Eagles are winning. But, our team held together very well. God dang it. I'm very proud of our team. We were strong and we were friendly, and that means so much. Well, you think it was going to end up in a very good night, and now we've had somebody swipe one of our electronic carts again, and we're in hot pursuit of getting them. Thank God the thing doesn't move that fast, but we got to get it. These people who are using it as a joyride when it's not that at all. All right, I got it. About maybe 3/4 of a mile away from the store. They got good. I needed to come outside and feel this damn cold temperature. All because, a couple of teenagers, but you know what? I'm not going to age discriminate anybody. It's just what teenagers do.
All right, that's it. Thank you so much for checking out C.T.C.S. You can hear all of the episodes on a program called The Customer is Always Wrong. Just Google it. You'll find it at your favorite place to get podcasts.